Good everyone. Now, before we proceed on our topic or my discussion, I will first make an activity. Now, we will conduct first an activity. We are supposed to do this face-to-face, but because of the setup, we will not able to do so. Therefore, I'm just going to introduce to you one activity, and I want you guys to answer this one. The mechanics of this game is you just need to form a word by analyzing the pictures. I know you're already familiar with this because it is famous on TikTok now. We have here the pictures of LED lights, which consists LED lights, then an ear, and a ship. If you form, or if you combine those words, what can you form? Any guesses? Yes, you're right. It's leadership, rather, because it's LED, an ear, and a ship. So when you combine those words, it will turn into leadership. You're correct. And now we will proceed in our discussion, which is the transformational leadership. Now, when we say transformational leadership, it talks about how a leader guides or governs his or her members into making a specific goal or an action that will benefit each one of them. To further learn about this topic or to further understand this topic, I will give to you the meaning and I will discuss more about the transformational leadership. What is transformational leadership? Transformational leadership is defined as a leadership approach that causes change in individuals and social system. Now, as I've said earlier, a leader governs or guides his or her members or colleagues in an organization. Therefore, they can do better in their field. Kasi diba, for example, they're in an organization or a job, in a workplace, not all of the members are skillful enough in that kind of field. That's why they do that job for experience or for them to know more about in that organization. Therefore, as a leader, of course, you need to encourage them to do their best. That's why it is called transformational leadership. It's because when you encourage those members, they will be able to transform into a better workers, diba? And it creates valuable and positive change in the followers with the end goal of developing followers into leaders. And if they already have discovered their skills, they enhance their skills, maybe they can be future leaders as well. But we didn't know. That's why it is important for a leader to encourage and motivate his or her followers or groups. Therefore, they can be skillful enough to process, to continue, and to be a future leader if they can. Now that's a transformational leadership. I hope you understand transformational leadership. Now, transformational leadership enhances the motivation, moral, and performance of followers through a variety of mechanisms. This includes connecting the followers' sense of identity and self to the mission and collective identity of the organization. Now, as a leader, it is your job or priority to identify or to know the identity of your members, if they're fit in with that particular field or kung saan sila mas nababagay. Of course, all people are skillful enough to do any kind of jobs, but as you can see, it is way more better if you know the identity of your members. Therefore, you'll be able to know them enough on what field they are in or what field na mas babagay sa kanila para mas maganda yung kalalabasan ng work nila. Now, another mechanism is being a role model for followers that inspires them. Because as a leader, yung mga followers mo, yung members of the organization will follow, of course, kasi ikaw yung leader. So as a leader, you need to be a role model, therefore they will be inspired by your deeds. Hindi kasi leader ka, gagawin mo lang kung ano gusto mo, but of course, you'll do that kind of action na makaka-benefited or makaka-inspired, hindi makaka-apekto sa followers mo. Diba? Because what you do as a leader will affect your followers as well. Now, the last one is challenging followers to take greater ownership for their work and understanding the strengths and weaknesses of followers, so the leader can align the followers with tasks that optimize their performance. Now, just like in number one, knowing the identity of your followers, therefore you'll be able to categorize or criticize their skills. I mean, criticize, analyze their skills on what particular job they will fit into. Now, in the third mechanism, you need to understand their strengths and weaknesses of your followers. Therefore, as a leader, you'll be able to know what kind of job, what kind of job that they are, na maging fit sila dun sa particular job. Therefore, they can enhance more of their skills. Yung weaknesses nila, they can use that as their strength to be better at that kind of job, at that kind of work. And their strength can help their weakness para maging mas maayos yung trabaho, para mas maging better sila sa particular job na babagay sa kanila. Now, those are the mechanisms of the transformational leadership. We will proceed to the background of the transformational leadership. We have here Mr. James McGregor-Burns of 1970. He introduced the concept of transforming leadership in his descriptive research on political leaders. According to him, to Burns, transforming leadership is a process in which leaders and followers help each other to advance to a higher level of moral and motivation. Just like what I have said earlier, that a leader and a follower should participate in each other, to collaborate. Therefore, they can build a good relationship para magkaroon ng magandang trabaho, para magkaroon ng magandang work yung isang organization. Because if the leader and a follower would have that kind of bond, that kind of relationship, that maapektuhan yung work, maapektuhan yung isang organization and the others, and the other members as well. Now, McGregor established two concepts, which is the transforming leadership and the transactional leadership. Now, to further know about the transforming leadership and the transactional leadership, here is the benefit. I have already discussed the transforming leadership, but now we will categorize, we will differentiate those two leadership. Now, transforming leadership. Transformational leadership is a relationship-oriented style of leadership. Transformational leaders motivate and inspire their employees to move in the right direction by creating a compelling vision for the future, helping them to see the purpose in their work and helping them to learn and grow. Now, yun na nga. As a leader, your job is to inspire, encourage their employees. Therefore, they can learn and grow as a worker. Maybe they can be the future leaders. They can transform into future leaders. Diba? They can enhance skills by inspiring, of course, diba? That kind of action sa mga leaders is matutulungan nila yung mga members nila para ma-enhance yung skills nila. For example, sa transformational leadership is an entrepreneur starting their own business. Since, diba, an entrepreneur na nagsastart ng business, wala pa yung there are no current guidelines in place, and the entrepreneur doesn't know the best way forward. They will encourage their new hires to innovate. Of course, as a leader, as an entrepreneur, wala pa silang masyadong alam sa field na yun. Of course, they do business because they wanted that business, but they don't have much skills ba, or experience how to handle their members. So therefore, in order for them to inspire those members nila, they need to encourage them to do good. They need to encourage them to continue on what they wanted to do. Inspire them. Kasi kung hindi sila mag-inspire, of course, wala yung work. Parang matambay lang yung work. Wala rin patutulungan yung business mo. Kasi you are not able to encourage your members. Now, a transformational leader wants each team members to be their best or to do their best so that they can ultimately help the organization improve. Diba? Kasi when you inspire, parang tayo as a student, when we are inspired to do our activities, of course, may papasa natin. If our teacher inspires us to do our activities, na-inspire tayo mga. Hindi yung nag-discourage tayo ng mga teachers natin, gagawa lang tayo ng excuse or that, hindi tayo mag-build. Walang transformation. Diba? Now, transformational leader motivates the team member. Not through criticize mo sila as paano sila mag-work, but you need to encourage them, you need to inspire them Kahit may mga mali, you just need to challenge them to do good, to do better sa field nila. Okay? Now, so transactional, no. So that's the transformational leadership. Now, when we say transactional leadership, we talked about a task-oriented style of leadership based on a system of reward and punishment. A transactional leader will clearly specify their expectations for performance and hold their employees accountable for meeting those expectations. Good performance is recognized and rewarded. Poor performance is reprimanded. So, difference in transactional leadership and transformative leadership. Kung si transformative leadership is nag-encourage siya through words, through challenging each of the workers or the members. Si transactional leadership is based siya kung paano mag-work yung isang worker. For example, sa isang company, di ba? If there is a task na sa leader, binigyan ng leader, of course, the members will do their best to ano tawag dito, para ma-catch yung attention ng leader. Kasi palakasan yun, di ba? Palakasan siya. Now, sa transactional leadership, yung reward is not about encouragements, not about inspirational messages or inspirational thoughts, or hindi yung i-guide ka. Sa transactional leadership is, dapat ikaw yung gumawa. Dapat kayanin mo. Kasi, nagtatrabaho ka dito. Ganon. Ganon yung system niya. And then, yung pag-inspire sa kanila is through giving them rewards. Of course, when you say rewards, money, promotions, kaya hindi ba napapromote yung mga tao sa isang workplace kapag gumagawa sila magandang actions. Diba? Kapag naging successful yung isang kanila. Now, if a member, a worker in a specific workplace is having a poor poor performance, of course, there will be no prizes. Then they will never get inspired of that. But it is also a way of motivation para motivate sila sa sa field nila, para mas i-pursue pa nila kasi kaya ko to kahit nagkamali ako. So that's the way of transactional leadership. Parang siya masyadong harsh siya, pero it will give you lessons. Diba? Now, the difference between these two is that transforming leadership is through words, inspirational, and transactional leadership is through actions, based on giving them rewards, monies, and promotions like that. Now, that's the difference between them. But in the end, transforming leadership, this two leadership of words gives inspiration to all the workers. Na-encourage rin naman sila to do good. Transactional leadership is na, di ba, in school, kapag tama tayo, of course, we'll be given points. That's how teachers encourages us to do good in our field. Now, if we don't excel in that particular subject, of course, you'll be given a low grades. But prior to that, ikaw natin sa transformational leadership, teachers also gives us inspirational thoughts, inspirational messages. Therefore, we can do better at school. Therefore, we can enhance more of our skills. That's how you connect transformational and transactional leadership into schools. We also have here Bernard and Bass. So kapag si Bass is nagdagdag lang siya ng thoughts niya about transformational and transactional leadership, in which sabi niya na yung followers nakakaroon ng impact sa followers kung paano yung leaders mag-motivate sa kanila. Nakakaroon ng impact sa performance nila kung paano yung leaders mag-motivate and mag-encourage sa kanila na gawin yung bagay na gusto nila or gawin yung works na mas better pa sa kung ano lang yung kaya nila. To further explain, we have here the transformational leadership. Kasi in the diagram, we have the analyzed influence, intellectual stimulation, individualized, and inspirational motivation. Now, these four types is what we call the components of transformational leadership. We have first the idealized influence. It says here that transformational leaders acts as a role models for their team members. Yes, just like what I have said earlier. Leaders are the role models kasi kung ano yung ginagawa ng leaders is namomotivate ko ng mga followers. So, in order for the followers to be motivated, the leaders, or transformational leaders, should act based on how they are supposed to act. Of course, they don't have to do such bad things na mag-influence or makakaroon ng bad impact rin sa members. So they should be a role model. Therefore, yung mga members, may encourage din sila na gumawa ng bagay na makakabuti para sa organization or para sa sarili nila, para sa sariling kapakanan nila. Now, that's how idealized influence is. That's what idealized influence is. We also have here the intellectual stimulation. When I say intellectual stimulation, it is a transformational leaders foster innovation and creative effort. Now, here in intellectual stimulation, they encourage their team members to question assumptions and challenge the way that things are done. So, dito gina-encourage nila yung mga members nila na gumawa pa ng maayos. Kung dito na, kung nagkaroon sila ng problems regarding to the project or work, they need to, as a leader, you need to encourage them to do good, to be creative, to be more creative, to do solutions to that problems para ma-challenge sila na hindi sila magkaroon ng doubts sa sarili nila, para hindi sila magkaroon ng questions kung bakit ganito, bakit ganyan. As a leader, you need to help your team members to learn from their mistakes and failures rather than criticizing them. So yun nga yung sinabi ko, rather than criticizing those members, dapat in-encourage natin sila para magawa ng best nila. Because how can they be a transformational leadership if you don't have that courage to inspire your members, di ba? If you don't have that kind of action or that characteristics na mag-inspire sa, na mag-motivate sa members. Now, that's intellectual stimulation. Be creative, diba? Now we have individualized consideration. It is a transformational leaders attend to the needs of each individual team members. Dito, the leaders understands kung ano yung mga kailangan or kung ano yung problema ng members nila. Each team members need for achievement as they act as a coach and mentor to help them learn and grow. You know, as a leader, you need to be their mentor para magkaroon sila ng magandang performance sa work. Diba? Para ma-encourage sila na gumawa ng mas mabuti sa work nila. Para mag-grow sila sa a better worker. Because they can be a leader, maybe a future leaders, or they can transform into future leaders if they grow and learn from their mistakes. If you also build their skills, if you enhance their skills, therefore those members of your organization as a leader, they'll be able to manage their skills, enhance their skills. That's now the last one is inspirational motivation. From the word itself, inspirational motivation. Transformational leaders provide meaning and challenge to their team members' work. Now, in this one, the leader help their team members understand why their work is important and provide them with an inspiring or a challenging vision of the future that they want to work towards. For example, sa isang workplace, if a member of a specific workplace is discouraged sa work niya, of course, as a leader, you need to inspire them, you need to challenge them, not to criticize them, but to challenge them to do good. Kasi if you challenge them, mas inspiration para mag-work na mas maigi. Kasi that kind of action will lead into a better outcome din kasi. So, with that, makakaroon sila or malalaman nila na, yes, I can do this, I can do that, and this kind of work will help me in the future. That's how it is. Now that ends my discussion about the components of transformational leadership. I hope you understand what is transformational leadership.